No, I can't.
Ready?
You're on.
Oh, we're on. Okay. Welcome back. Grading. I just want to make sure everybody knows this is for a grade, and we are grading you, so you're getting hopefully your homework assignments back. There should be 5 homework assignments, 4 in-class exercises. So if you're here and in class, you're getting credit for doing the in-class exercises. Everybody gets an A there. 5 sketchbooks, and I did have a few that are missing, so I'm speaking to you all that are here tonight. I'm missing your sketchbooks. So, if you want, I can go an extra class because 5 runs out next week, I think, and so we have another class. So if you're behind on one of these things, I'll work with you. The whole point is we want you to be excelling at this class and all flying through and getting all the concepts and everything. So that is the whole point. And then the final project. So that's what you're graded on. So that's great. Does everybody know what a legend is? A legend. No, no questions. A pathway. That there's primary paths and there's secondary paths and their widths are different. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay. On this little handout, there are some lovely little takeaways. This has a great up there so you know which page to look at. But this is really nice. I'm handing this out because this wasn't in our book. I found this in Time Life.
You can see Gardner's here? Sorry.
Oh, wow. Okay.
No, these,
A lot of the Time Life standard books, the big 2, which don't go out and buy unless you're really excited or find it on eBay for $20 or something.
a lot of people put tables and chairs, and they don't leave enough room to pull the chairs out, for
Right.
instance.
So this has a nice recap of how tall a table is, how much seating room everybody needs, and then on the back side is materials and what the symbol is. So this is a reiteration, and everybody's clear on sections and elevations and what a section elevation. So there's 3 different ways you can show things vertically. And there's this book, the one from England I brought in the very first class. So this handout shows the section elevation and a section elevation. And it also had a nice little recap of what cut and fill and why you would cut into the slope and how. And you'll get to this in engineering and construction, but I just wanted you to hear the term. And it has a nice little 1-sentence write-up about it. So this is review.
And that's online.
I'll copy all these and put them on Blackboard. Okay? Next, spot elevations. Everybody know what a spot elevation is? Nope. Anybody? No? Okay.
Trying again on those, yeah, Mac, but in my.
Okay.
Did you just get off a plane?
Yes,
Good.
he did. So Sinclair's working at 1 o'clock in the morning. If we had a property and in section it had a slope to it, major slope to it, on the plan, I could put a little dot here and it would relate to here, and I could say this is 112 feet. And this little dot relates to this, and this is at 100 feet. So that's what a spot elevation is. It's not a dot, it's a little X. I'm showing this very nicely here. On the plan, and here would be the house. And remember the little dotted lines that were for the contour lines? Just giving an example here, but a spot elevation would probably not be on an elevation. There were a lot of spot elevations on this project, which was this number 2? Assignment number 3. Yeah, there were lots of spot elevations on here. So it's on the plan that you have probably been given, and it's just the fact that it tells you this information. Now, whether you need to incorporate that into your plan is relevant to the project and what you've been asked to, but it's just knowing what that is.
What's the purpose?
it tells you what the elevation is. So on, for example, on this one, we knew that when you came outside the front door, you knew what the elevation was. Or when you went down to the lake, you knew what the elevation was.
So it just additional information besides the contour lines. And sometimes you have a drawing that doesn't have the contour lines, it just has a few spot elevations. So if you look at them, you can sort of say, okay, that's 108, that's 106, okay, I can sort of see what's going on a little bit, just to get some idea of what the slope might be.
How about dimension lines? Are you clear on how you pull it away from the building and you do a little meter line?
No, yes and no.
Yes or no?
So yeah, I know what you look like, but I was a little bit confused because I put them in the middle of my plan. I wasn't sure if I should put them there, particularly measuring the distance from sidewalk to the front of the structure. So I wasn't sure if that went there. I know it should be maybe like should be a faint line.
Yep. A lot of the information that we give you on the drawings is just so that you can locate things. You don't have to put those dimensions on your drawings again. So that, like the hand-drawn little sketch that you got last time, the only reason I told you that the house started 14 feet down was so that you knew where to draw this first line. You didn't have to put the 14. You didn't have to put the 28. But once I gave you those two, then you could figure out where does this building sit on this property? Because without those, I'm not quite sure how you would know where to put it, because this wasn't to scale. So if those were just hints to you, or that's just information for you. The shed was 12 by 20. Somebody sent me an email and asked me, where do I put the dimensions of the shed? And I said, well, technically, the shed is there. You're not moving it except that some people turn it around. So you really don't have to put any dimensions on the shed. You just needed to make sure that you put it in the right place and that it was 12 by 20. And you're not changing it. So it was just for the purpose of drawing rather than something that you needed to tell anyone about.
It's for the purpose of getting it to the right scale.
Yeah.
So it's not as big as the house.
So the dimension lines and the ones that we should place on the top, are those the perimeter of the property or something?
You wouldn't, on a master plan, you wouldn't probably need to do to ID, but on our detailed drawings, and that's what we'll get into tonight, and any kind of construction drawings that are showing, okay, the duct goes here, and the pergola goes here, and the pool is here, those are where you would use the dimension lines. Those are construction documents, and the contractor needs that information.
See, there's one drawing that sort of comes first that we didn't have you all do because it's an existing plan, and we sort of just had you start with having fun and learning how to draw. But in reality, you would go do an existing plan, and you'd know where all the trees are, and you'd have tons of dimensions on that one. Where are the trees? Where is the house? So a lot of the things that are on here, when you're out in the field, you'd be putting them on, and then you'd go back and you'd put them on the drawing. But when you go to do this, you have the master plan to show your client, they get really confused if there's a lot of dimensions on there. They don't always need to know as much as the contractor needs to know. That's why you have to sort of think to yourself, okay, who's looking at this drawing? Who am I doing this for? So what do I need, therefore, to put on it? And sometimes they're a little bit different. Okay?
Does that make sense?
Where would you put the dimension line? Inside the property, outside the property line, inside the house, outside the house line? Is there a set way to do it or what?
You know, the preferred way is outside, so,
So I can see
Like
outside
you-
the property line, but if you
yeah.
have measurements inside, then, let's say for the house. You
But-
should do it inside the house or outside the house?
you don't have to tell me about the house.
Okay.
I don't need to know about the house unless I'm changing the house, unless you didn't draw it to scale. So you knew what size this was, and it looks like everybody's got it drawn perfectly on here. So that's a given. And in terms of landscape design, other than things like maybe knowing some of these spot elevations, so everybody that was adding decks and balcony or decks and patios, you might wanna know what was the height at the door, because how many steps are going up to it. So some of those things might go on there. But, this is probably a few too many dimensions on here, but you had great practice doing this, I'm sure, and it's a good thing, and I see that you did it all correctly, you've got your hatch marks, you've got everything all divided up, and then if you added all these together, did it come out to 90? Did you check that? That's always tough. So if you do it this way, and then you add them all up, they should come out to whatever your total is. Which is why in the beginning when you measure, you get the big one first, and then you get the little ones, and you might have to fudge one or two.
I'm calling you a cop.
You do want them to all add up correctly. Yeah.
Okay, one more, one, and we're not actually doing a site analysis plan, but we've shown some examples where the sun or the wind, and it uses those big graphic type of symbols as well. But does everyone understand the site analysis or why you would use it?
And the shading for the, like the
well,
sun being
like
on
a-
the
yes.
plants and.
Right, but, if you had a client and, so I'm going to Nancy's, I would go and I would go to her house and draw the existing. And then I would also, while I'm there, I would, well, it's real shady in the backyard, I'd be writing notes about where it's shady, where it's sunny. Here's a wet, soggy area, those are all part of the site analysis, I'm analyzing what the site does. So it's like the things that where Nancy was saying on the last comment you have, that there's a soggy area here, and it's taking all those things in that you can feel when you're on the site. Even like the view of, oh, there's a gorgeous tree, it's in the neighbor's yard, but I get to view it, so I want my patio looking at this gorgeous tree. It's the things that when you're there on site, and again, because this is the first class and we can't have you doing 15 drawings, but I wanted you to know about it.
Just what it is.
And we have a whole course called site analysis.
Yeah, oh yeah, it'll come, and so will all the construction drawings, so you're just getting a taste of everything.
And you just need to know how to graphically represent all these other things that you're gonna learn, and you all have it, it looks great.
Okay, that's all the review things, any other questions? Read it.
You mentioned around primary and secondary patterns. So how are they differentiating in the appearance?
The width,
That's
if you're looking down in plan view, it's just the width. They can be different materials, and you can indicate different materials, but it's just the fact that, okay, at the back of the house going over to the path that I only go one time a year or two, I would only really, 18, 24 inches is plenty wide.
So when you do this drawing, you could make them, this could be one big fat marker, and then the secondary paths could be use a skinnier marker. And then you might have a legend over here that explains what all these symbols mean. If you have a legend, you don't have to put as much writing on the drawing. So, and there's lots of legends, I think, in your textbook, and all those examples and things too, and out in the hall.
And that's what, the handouts that I give are other books that cover some of this, and I just wanna make sure you're all informed. Okay? So, homework's in the backs, pick up